any man that has any sense, if he's trying to pick up a woman or talk to a woman or befriend a woman, he's gonna make the woman smile. He's not gonna say, "Hey, smile." That's just first of all, it's tacky.
Well, and I even think that I agree with you, babe. And I even think that beyond the first attraction, beyond just getting to know that person, in your relationships, I think it's important to not put that type of expectation on your significant other. The same thing,
expectation to smile,
to say like smile, like to tell, because you asking is it ever okay to tell someone to smile? I don't think it's appropriate even in relationships.
Oh yeah, here we go. Computer Love Podcast.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? I am Jay Reed, and I am accompanied by my beautiful co-host, none other than Shaquetta Shantae.
Hey, loves. What's up?
And we are back for another episode, y'all. Another episode of the Computer Love Podcast, episode 11.
Back again.
Doing it.
We going in.
We going in.
We going in.
We going out. We going up. We going down. We all around. Catch us out town.
It's going down. On the time.
What you doing now? All right.
We tripping, y'all. We tripping.
We about to get into these church announcements, though. Let's go ahead and get to the church announcements.
Let's do it. So, definitely always, y'all know I got to thank the people. Thanking you all for joining us. Thanking you for tuning in. Thanking you just for sticking with us. I really enjoy being out sometimes and literally just hearing people's like feedback and them sharing with us like, hey, I've been watching, or, I haven't commented too much, but I'm really enjoying the content. And that is fine too. Like, if you are that person like, okay, I'm gonna like it, but I might not, comment too much, because like we said, that's like being in the classroom and you might know the answers and stuff, but it's like, I'm afraid to raise my hand type thing, but you are still making yourself known and making your presence there. So we appreciate that. Every like, every follower, every engagement, every rate, every review, all of that. So please continue to share and just let people know, let others know about the Computer Love Podcast. So some exciting news. I am so excited for several reasons. One of the reasons that I want to share is one of my really one of my best friends, Courtney Nicole, has released a boob tape. And
titty tape.
Yeah, man, like sit them things up right.
Some titty tape.
So if you have not already purchased some, definitely it can be found in stores here locally in Charleston.
What does titty tape do exactly? Is replaces a bra, or what is titty tape?
Well, just for example, if you're out for a woman, there are certain looks that, yes, a bra is just not it on. Please. Thank you.
All right, y'all. That was our dog trying to get on the show.
So it's just going to sit them up, perk them up a little bit for you, in place of a bra. Like some shirts are cut really low, so you don't want that showing. So it is something that women need. It's a necessity. It is definitely not one of those things where you're like, maybe not. Nah, you don't want the girls hanging low, sagging low. Pick them up. You want them to sit up pretty, So definitely go check my girl out. Courtney Nicole, she is no stranger. If you are not from the Charleston area, you probably have still heard her name circulating. But definitely go to her website, CourtneyNicole.com, or if you can't get in contact, hit me up and I will send you the link. I will send you everything that you need to purchase and support the boob tape the titty tape, however you want to call it. Sisters, no. Sisters, if you're not a sister or if you're a woman in general, y'all know we need those things to sit up right. Okay. So, yeah. So that is that advertising for today. I definitely love supporting my friends in general, like pulling up on them. And sometimes like we can't pull up. So when we can't pull up, if it's not a physical location to pull up to, we can send you to pull up to the website as well.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me. Next thing. I gotta hit them with my little motivational moment. You know,
we gotta do that.
We gotta do a little motivation.
Get some motivation up in here.
We need some motivation.
Motivate us, man. Motivate us.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't know how many I've shared.
3.
Now. It's been 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is number 4.
All right. What's the last one you remember?
The last one.
I know you know too.
The last one that you did. Oh, it's you don't have to be perfect to be worth it.
That's why I asked you, because that one you was like serious. I was like, say it in the mirror. But this one, so the 4th lesson that I've learned and I wanted to share with you is every good man or every good woman is not good for you.
Okay. Preach.
And so the reason why I say that is oftentimes we hear, people like, gosh, I want a good woman. I want a good man. And then when you engage with them and you're like dating or in a serious relationship and you realize that they're not good for you. So what I've learned and what I often share with people is you don't have to attack that person like character and say, well, he ain't, he never was, or she never was. Like, no, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. They're just not good for you. And that is okay. It's okay to, connect with someone. And for whatever reason, we talked about distance before. It may be the distance was too much. So still a good woman, still a good man, but the distance was not good.
Right.
So it could be several reasons. Yeah. So I just want to encourage people that are in that dating, phase, and it's kind of like there's no good man, there's no good woman.
Just because someone is not compatible with you does not mean that they're not a good person.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's important to know. So, because you don't have to make somebody seem like a bad person, like, once y'all in or whatever the case may be, because sometimes things end well. Right. And it's okay to say, you know what, she's a really good, she's a really good girl or he's a really good guy, but just not good for me. Yeah. So rest in that, knowing that, and then know that even too, and that can be for you. You could be a good woman that's tuning in right now. And if somebody, calls it off, whatever, that's not a bad thing towards you. Don't look at yourself like, because sometimes people get really like hard on themselves, like what did I do, did I not do, or maybe that person didn't really share with you why. But sometimes you have to bow out gracefully and just say, you know what, like, because in your mind you could be thinking like, we had a good time, like we were really enjoying ourselves, it seems like everything was right, what happened? And sometimes it's just that they were a good person, you were a good person, but you were not good for each other, or maybe not at that time. Yeah,
absolutely. So I agree with that 100%.
That's my little tidbit, my little motivation.
Motivation number 4. Number 4. Don't you know?
Don't you know no good?
Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good?
We are silly, y'all.
All right, we about to go to the chat
room. Let's go to the chat room.
What we got?
So, chat room question today is it okay, or let's say this, is it wrong to ask someone of the opposite sex to smile? And specifically, this is talking about, is it wrong for a man to ask a woman to smile?
Well, is it wrong to ask a woman to smile? I would say it all depends on the reason why you're asking a woman to smile. Um, I don't typically, as a man, I don't typically go around asking anyone to smile, whether it be man or woman. Actually, I don't recall ever asking a woman like, hey, can you smile? Like, if I don't know you, just a lady, can you smile? It's like, the only thing that makes me think of is a video that I saw of a lady walking down New York, and she was recording herself, just like taking a stroll through New York, and she was just getting catcalled left and right, like that's the way I could imagine like guys asking a woman, "Hey, ma, smile for me. Why you smile like smile?"
Right,
But
right.
like, so that's like harassment. But the only way I would ask someone to smile is like if I thought something was wrong with them, or I know the person. I'm like, you don't seem like you're in a really cheerful mood today. What's wrong? Smile, cheer up. Damn, I got something in my damn glasses. It's gonna be okay. That type of thing. But just saying to a girl I don't know, just any random woman, I don't think a woman who doesn't know you is obligated to smile at anyone or at any time that she doesn't feel like smiling. I think anyone needs a smile. Um, if you're offering advice to a woman, I think that's great advice to tell a woman to smile. That you should smile more when you're out there in the world. You can be more approachable. Puts off a good aura. Like that type of telling a woman to smile, I think is okay. As an offering of advice, but just because I'm a man and you're a woman and I see you and I want you to smile. No. I have daughters, and if I if I was with my daughters and someone's like, "Hey, smile," like, first of all, who the hell are you, and why are you telling my girls to smile? Like, they don't gotta, if they want to smile, they'll smile. Now I would backstage tell them, the power of a woman's smile and the femininity in it and the difference and the impact that a smile can make. But no, just for any man that you don't even know, no, you don't have to smile, and that's totally inappropriate.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I do think and have seen this as like something across the headlines at some point where it's an expectation, like women should smile, and I mean, I think everybody should smile.
Right.
I think, it is attractive for a man to see a woman smiling, and it may give off something completely different to you all than if I was to see a man walking down the street smiling. That says something about him as well, but it does not make me, if I don't see him smiling, it's not like I can't see him smile. Like, what's wrong with him?
He got something
like,
stuck up his butt.
yeah,
Like,
right. He think he's God's gift to the women.
Right.
It's not a straight negative thing. It's almost like what's like something may be going on with him, or he may be like focused or trying to get somewhere. And I think that that's like with women too. A lot of times people are just focused. If you're in passing, you're just thinking about the next place that you have to get to. So I think that if you want to see someone smile, just to kind of see like if your thing is being approachable, if trying to see if they're approachable, then maybe compliment them. If you see them within your
but a lot of
space.
times, women will not smile. They'll look straight ahead. They won't make eye contact because they don't want to be approached. So if a woman does look at you and smile at you, that's your clue, man. Go in for the kill.
I agree. I do agree with the statement with you saying if you see them smiling, then it is like but I disagree in reference to being a woman and saying like I'm just not going to smile because I don't want that attention. It's just like if I got something to do or I'm going somewhere, then I'm focused.
But I know for 100% fact that women often, if they're walking, and men are on either side, or they know that men are going to be watching them. If they walk in the street or in cars, men are in cars. They know it's not because they have somewhere to go. It's because I know you guys are looking at my butt and or whatever, and they're walking. A lot of times they have nowhere to go. They're out sightseeing, but they won't make any eye contact, and they'll go. And that's fine. What I'm trying to say on that point is that actually is helpful to men because now you know who to approach and who not to approach.
Yeah, I was just going to basically add on that if a woman is doing that, and this is just me coming from
it's hot up here, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm about to...
being a woman and like if I was single, like not in a relationship or anything, and I'm approaching a group of men that are good looking and I'm single and, you know, whatever, why am I like, but if I am a woman that is in a relationship or I am not looking to indulge or whatever, then yes, you're going to give off a different type of energy. You may not give them any eye contact, but that still doesn't like write you off from being polite. Because if I'm in a relationship or not, I am still a polite person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
tell me if I'm wrong about this. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because you said even if you're not. Shucks, I forgot what I was about to say.
But yeah, I just think that you know, people already have a lot to worry about on a daily basis. Men and women wear different hats, have different situations, encountering different things. And the last thing you should have to worry about is, am I smiling when I'm walking? Like, I don't want to give off this energy. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm, you know, whatever. Go ahead.
I was going to say is it true that women, because this is what I feel like women actually, they get into a habit of having to put on this shield when men are around, of not looking and not smiling, is going so that they don't get harassed, I guess. So that maybe when the situation really isn't appropriate to be like that, they still are because it's just a habit. Do you find that to be true at all? Happening?
I don't.
No?
And that I'm not.
So you think that, I'm just trying to so you think that every time a woman is walking and she is avoiding male attention, that it's intentional for that moment. It's never reactionary. It's never habit.
It could be, but I don't think that's you know, like it's happening so much that you don't realize you're doing it. Because if you are a woman that you are wanting a relationship, you're wanting to engage with men, it ain't I don't care how many times, because you do dodge you do dodge men that you like, nope, I don't even want that kind of attention. I'm just gonna walk on this side. Like, yes, you should. Women are very aware of their surroundings, as you should be. You do have some, and hey, you know, whatever, like you kind of know. So she may definitely like not even, I'm not even going to engage or whatever. And women do have to be very, very, very careful, because you can be polite and a man, you know, approaches you and they're like, oh, hey girl, you know, or hey beautiful, you got someone. He's like, oh no, thank you, I'm not interested, or whatever. Some men go crazy over that, like, I don't want you anyway. You thought you. So women do have a lot to consider when, you know, but I don't think it's like, oh, we have to do that so much that when we are in settings that
it's just habit.
It's habit. No, it may be awkward, more awkward for some than others. But even those women are like, okay, like they're talking themselves through it. Like, okay, let me just, you know, sit back. Let me, you know, whatever. But yeah, so
that reminded me of that Dave Chappelle bit where he's he talks about how you like, you're carrying some like some money for somebody, like you got like $20,000 in your backpack, and you got this money, and you're scared because you got all this valuable money in your backpack, and you're riding the train, and you know, you just on edge or whatever. I forgot how the bit goes, but then he's like, that's what women go through every day of their life. They have something valuable that every man wants between their legs. So it's like, imagine if you were walking like through New York, the streets, as a man with $50,000 in your backpack. You know, everybody wants it.
Right.
So you're protecting it, and you're nervous of losing this. So much I take it from you, kind of like the way that a woman would be. You know, walking around with this every man wants
possession
with your pearl.
Yeah, right. It can definitely be. You know, and I saw something like that on social media. Where like the guy followed her and her girlfriends out of the restaurant or something, because like he came over to the table, approached, and they were like, oh, you know, nah, no thank you, whatever. And he got he was offended because they weren't, you know, engaging with them. And if I say, you know, no thank you, and I've been in that, and I know for sure that I am polite. Like when I, you know, even if I'm saying no thank you, I still say it in a way to not, you know, offend them, or because you don't know what will trigger somebody, like whatever. And even still then, like they will still kind of, you know, be aggressive and still try to. So it is a lot that women have to consider. So I just say, like, to encourage a man, if that is what, if you are trying to gain this woman's attention, or if you're just wanting to see, like, is she approachable, just compliment her. And I think sometimes a compliment will open things up, or either she'll be like, oh, thank you, and keep it moving, or she may be like, slow down a little. So, and then the same thing for, women. I encourage women to compliment a man. Like, if you see a man and you're just like, I don't even know, like, what to say, like, he's handsome, maybe I'm not his type, like, because women think a lot of, things as well, in reference to being his type, or, even at first sight being pleasant, like, to their eye, and attractive, or whatever, attracting to that person. Compliment them. Those are some beautiful glasses. Like, I love your glasses, dope glasses, And even if they say thank you, or if he's interested, then you're going to throw back something at me, or you're going to make it a conversation. Like, yeah, I got these, or if you're just like, thank you, I appreciate it, and keep it moving.
You would hope. But a lot of men are clueless.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. But the same, like, this is just breaking,
including myself,
many times. Barrier.
Yeah.
The barrier of a smile, because if sometimes I've heard men say, like, well, if she ain't smiling, then okay, like, let's go past that.
When would it be appropriate? Because personally, I don't know. I don't know an example of men telling women to smile.
Right.
I know it's a cultural conversation, but I've never seen it actually happen. What situation would be appropriate to tell a woman to smile?
Well, I think,
if any.
Yeah, because I might say, don't tell me to smile. But I think that it would be appropriate if you see them, like you said, you think she's a beautiful woman. You're like, you're a beautiful woman. Like, smile. Like, I like to see. I would like, something like, it's a way that you can
really?
do
That
it.
Would be okay. You're a beautiful woman.
You're a beautiful woman. I enjoy being in your presence, or whatever. That alone is probably going to make her smile.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when do you actually tell a woman to smile?
I don't think that you should tell a woman to smile. Like, I wouldn't tell a man to smile.
It doesn't even feel comfortable coming out my mouth. Like, smile. Hey, smile. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't think that.
Unless you're a photographer.
Compliment. Give me a compliment. That's the way you make me smile. Tell me to smile through a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, a man. Any man that has any sense, if he's trying to pick up a woman or talk to a woman or befriend a woman, he's going to make the woman smile. He's not going to say, hey, smile. That's just, first of all, it's tacky.
Well, and I even think that, I agree with you, babe. And I even think that beyond the first attraction, beyond just getting to know that person, in your relationships, I think it's important to not put that type of expectation on your significant other. The same thing,
expectation to smile,
to say, like, smile, like, to tell, because you asking, when is it ever okay to tell someone to smile? I don't think it's appropriate, even in relationships, to say smile. Like, gosh, I ain't like you look, like, why are you looking like that? Smile.
Oh, like, that's a different topic now. I don't know about all that.
No, okay. I mean, because again, just because y'all are in a relationship together,
you need to smile. If you in a relationship, you need to smile. Don't be walking around.
Wait a minute.
Mad mugging all the time.
Wait a minute. I agree with you.
Okay.
But just because you are in a relationship, that doesn't take away the society, like, whatever pressures of the world.
I'm not smiling all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People go through emotions.
So but that's what I'm saying. Like, of course, if you're in a relationship with somebody that they mad all the time, then come on, that's something completely different.
You just mad. Like, what you just mad
for?
Yeah.
You mad. Like, Clyde's
oh,
mad.
You mad. You want to argue. I got to get that sound back.
Right.
You want to argue.
Right. You mad. No. But if you're, like, literally in a relationship with someone and you're talking to them throughout the day or whatever the case may be, the same respect you would have for someone new to kind of peel back the layers and see, is something going on with this person today? Like, this is not my babe. Like, she smiles most of the times. Like, she's a pleasant person. So if she's not today, then it's
something wrong. Yeah, find out what's going on.
Let's find out what's going on. And the same thing with my babe. Like, with a man. I'm just saying, either way, because sometimes you get really relaxed. People get relaxed in relationships as well. It does not stop at telling a woman to smile just because you don't know them. Like we can get in the workplace, stuff too. So just kind of looking beyond the smile just to kind of see what else is going on with that individual. But this was a great question, great topic.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to me. I mean, I'm not saying that just as a general rule that I believe it's nice for women to smile, just as a general rule of thumb. But I think it's tacky to tell anyone to smile. It's like you're giving an order to somebody who's not your boss. It's like I would be offended if someone told me to do anything like, you.
Right, yeah.
All right, one cuss word. I got one cuss. Like, you smile.
Right,
don't tell me to smile. Like,
yeah, like.
But yeah, that's just how I feel about that.
So.
But I do love a beautiful smile, lady. So smile.
And men,
smile ladies, a little more, ladies.
Let me tell you something, ladies. Let me tell you something, men. Yeah. Ladies like to see a nice smile, cause ain't nothing like a man that just in a business, like, in a business, his a business attire, he walking down the street or whatever, and you see a little smile, so you can see he got a clean smile, like a nice smile, because we want to see that you got some pearly whites.
I think the rule of thumb is like the smaller your booty is, the bigger you got to smile.
And I think the for me, the shorter you are, you better be smiling. I mean, you better be smiling like real hard.
No, even big booty girls need to smile too.
That is make funny. It all better.
All right, babe, let's go to the topic of the day.
Topic of the day.
What we got?
How do you fight fair in a healthy relationship?
How do you fight fair in a healthy relationship? Man, in a healthy relationship, man, I've done some dirty fighting. Well, I've been involved in some dirty fights. So I don't know. You answer this one. I don't even know.
Well, I don't like.
Fight fair. I don't know.
Fight fair. I don't like.
Don't smack her.
Yeah, no. Smack that's unacceptable. We ain't even doing that. Like, smack, nah. Out.
No spitting, no throwing stuff.
Disgusting. No. I and you know what? I'm so grateful because I realize that there are relationships that have gone through a lot of that. And I'm grateful that that is just not something that I have really had to deal with, because, man, like, is it ever like, I mean, yeah. So to fight fair, one, I think respect. Like, respect should be so high on your list that not only am I respecting this person or the other person, but I'm respecting myself. And sometimes, like, people can get you so mad or so, like, angry or whatever to call it, like, whatever you want to call it. And if you ever get to that point, for me, it's leave. And you don't have to, like, leave in terms of, like, I'm leaving and not coming back, but I'm not, like, just to keep this environment safe. Yeah. I am going to leave. So I think is respect and boundaries. Having boundaries, like, regardless of how bad it gets, let's set some boundaries. Let's do this.
Yeah. That works while you're still, like, in a happy frame of mind. But once them words start flying, boundaries go out the window in a lot of cases.
Yeah. For me, and having, like, heated arguments, like in former relationships or whatever, it was still like, yeah, both parties may not say, okay, babe, remember these are our boundaries and this is what we said, but someone has to be woman or man enough or to have enough temperament to say, this is not it right now. I'm not doing this. Because if you are in a relationship or a situation where both of you are hotheads, like, you like, come on, like, then yeah, it's going to be bad. So just recapping so far is to, like, having respect for one another, setting boundaries, and not hitting below the belt, because the reality is people know each other's triggers. if you're dating somebody, you be with somebody, you know things to set them off. You know certain things. And so instead of like doing that to set them off, like, oh, I know this is going to get, this is going to raise him up, or he's going to be on one now. Instead
I'm not getting a reaction out of you yet. I'm going to get a reaction out of you.
Right. Instead of doing that, because what is the goal here? Like, let's think about the end goal and what are we fighting for? Mm-hmm. What are we arguing for? Because if this is someone you want to be with, then you have to step outside of yourself to say, like, why do I want to hit this person so hard below the belt to hurt them so bad? Somebody I want to be with, I don't want to do that to. Even mad.
Because they hurt you.
But that's what I'm saying. Even mad, if it's to that point that you hurt me so bad that I want to hurt you back, let's not be together.
I mean, that sounds wonderful. I don't know if people are in control of their emotions as well as you're stating, though.
Yeah, but so the thing is, it takes two. If you are with someone that both of you are like this, and both of you don't know how to control your emotions, that's not good. And the reality is, we do have to be adult enough to know when something is toxic, when we are fighting poorly, like when we are fighting so bad that I'm just wanting to hurt you. That's not fighting fair. And again, like, what is the end goal? If you want to hurt somebody because they hurt you and the end goal is for us not to be together, then whatever. But if your end goal is to be with this person after this and say I love you after you hurt me so bad, like, come on, let's that is insane.
Yeah, no. I agree with you 100%. I mean, some people like to argue. I mean, crackheads, they stay together forever. They'll never break up, and they be arguing all day about their next where their next hit coming from. But I mean, some people like to argue. Some people that gives them life. I mean, arguing fair. I mean, I think at the end of the day, you can go into it with a plan of action. But like Mike Tyson says, you can have plan all day long, but once you get hit in the face, plans change, right? So I think that at the end of the day, you just have to I don't know, you just have to learn from it. You just have to grow from it, and you just have to want to not keep going through it. If you don't want to learn from it, if you don't want to grow from it, if you don't want to improve and solve the things that are causing you to fight, then I think that can be very toxic, and it can get unfair because now we're just going through the same things, like we're trying to resolve it, but nothing happens because the same things, we're not getting any real resolution. Maybe we're just ending it. Maybe we just decide not to talk about it. Maybe it ends ugly, whatever. But I just think the biggest things, regardless of how you fight, is just learn from it, grow from it, and try to prevent it from happening again. If you don't do those things, then I think you're not really.
Yeah. Seriously, respect, create boundaries, know when to take a step back, because because it just happened doesn't mean we need to talk about it right now. Right. So like, respecting space as well, to say, hey, I 100% will have this conversation with you. But right now, we cannot do it. Like, this is bad. Yeah. And especially when you have other factors involved. Like, if you are around friends at the time, so it's like, oh no, you like this is like, so y'all just gonna fight in front of your friends, like that's a boundary. Like, I've been in relationships, and it's like, you might piss me off so bad, and I'm gonna look at you like you gonna this look is gonna let you know that, oh yeah, when we leave here, like, it is a conversation that is happening. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, like you just said this in front of like like now we having this big scene in front of family, friends, children, like whatever it like is. You have to let them know that this is not okay. Or you can say, babe, can I speak to you for a second? Like, let's go take a quick little walk.
Woo. Hey, for y'all who I'm about to come out of everything by the time this podcast over with, because We're on the third floor of my home here, and we didn't turn the AC on to prepare for this episode, so it's starting to cool off a little
And
bit.
me,
But
right? I'm just like,
I'm sweating my butt off.
and I'm just up here in my little like dress, and I'm like, it is warm, but
hot.
I'm good right
I'm
now.
already hot blooded, anyways, y'all. So
You are,
man.
You are very like warm nature, but we don't have too much.
No, I'm good. But yeah. So no. Fight fair. Yeah. I think I said what I needed to say.
Yeah, I just want to recap a little on my thing because I think it's good to walk away with steps and points. And yes, having a plan of action is easier said than done. But when, like anything, like you're studying for a test or whatever, like when you are putting things in place, like if you've gone to therapy or you've been in whatever, like you tend to practice. You have to practice. Like if you play basketball, you practice a drill. You practice a drill and then you get better at it. So that's the same thing. You have to practice fighting fair. So if you do, like, you shouldn't have the same arguments over and over again, but that may happen as well. But you will have disagreements in your marriage and relationships or whatever. So the more you practice at controlling not their emotions, but controlling yours and how you respond and having like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And yes, you have to talk yourself through it. So that's what I would do is, one, absolutely create a plan of how you intend to respond in difficult situations. Yes, it may not always happen like that. You are human. We are human. But that doesn't give you the right to say, just because, I was heated in that moment, that's why I did it. So now, girl, I'm going to love you, after this. I called you every name in the book, but I still love you. Or the same thing as a woman. Like, well, my hands wasn't that heavy. Yeah, I slapped you, but, get over it,
Right.
But so, yes, ladies and gentlemen, like there is 100% ways that you can fight fair and not hit below the belt. Like, do not intentionally do something to hurt somebody so bad that it's something that you cannot come from if your end goal is to still be with this person at the end of the day, guys. Like, I'll be like, listen, y'all just figure it out. Be adults, be mature, and whatever works for you, it works for you. Nobody can tell you, what works for your relationship or situationship or whatever it is.
We're talking about healthy relationships.
We're talking about being healthy. So if you want something healthy, then learn to be mature and learn to be respectful. Learn to set and respect boundaries. And
I think that's probably the best
fun.
advice for most people.
Yeah. And I'm only concerned about the most right now.
Ready to close this bad boy out?
Let's close it out.
Do it.
Closing question.
Go ahead.
What actor or actress would play what actress or actor would play your life? Like, who would play you in the movie of your life?
Who would play me? Wow. I'm kind of torn. Kind of torn between, like, maybe The Rock or like, I don't know, like maybe like a Jason Momoa, like, somebody. No, I'm joking.
You're like.
I play me in my movie, man. The kid from The Chi, the one who dies in the very first episode.
Oh,
yeah.
I really liked him.
He reminds me of myself when I was
playing
his
your
age.
Childhood
Yeah,
age.
for my childhood, my
Yeah.
teenage age, I had like not long as his, but he looks like he's probably Asian and black or something.
Yeah.
Someone like him could probably do that part. Once upon a time, a person told me I look like Will Smith. So
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go.
So,
In the current years? I
okay,
get Will Smith to play me in my
okay.
current years. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'm a Will Smith fan, so I'll say Will Smith.
Yeah, I can see that. Both, like, for doing your adolescent years and then will like take it. Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, I don't got no problem doing casting. We can do a little casting
You
call.
do a little casting call. No,
Right.
that's when like you. Yeah. I can see you playing me. I can see you playing me. Let's see. For my younger years, I think I would probably go with like Megan Good for like her playing like
You know, Megan Good has always been my number one top favorite
Really?
female. Like when it was like, who's your female? Megan Good
Megan
is always
Good,
in the
yeah,
top.
yeah. I've always liked her as an actor. And then like these years, kind of, I'm kind of tossed up between Sanaa Lathan and Taraji P. Henson. Like during the personalities, I'm not going by look.
Okay.
I'm talking about like their personalities, like Taraji for sure, but Sanaa Lathan, yes, I've liked her a lot as well.
What is she playing again?
Love and Basketball.
The main character.
Yeah.
Why?
That's the main.
They look nothing like you. Neither one of them.
I'm not going by like look. They said who would play the movie of your life, like they're like how they perform their actors, and then as I'm getting older, I will go with Felicia Rashad for her to like play my life
I could see a Felicia Rashad. You have a lot of Felicia Rashad characteristics about you. I could see that.
Yeah, those would be my
Still don't look like you, but I kind of see that. I think actually the what's her name? Jessica Baker. Actually, the other girl from The Shy, the one who gets kidnapped. She could play you.
Kidnapped.
She gets kidnapped by that dude, and the old man finds her. The old man who talk like, oh, I don't know what's going on. The black guy.
Oh yeah.
He finds her kidnapped.
You think she could play me in what?
Just probably now. You guys look similar. You favor each other. She got the natural hair, and she's slim and slender like you.
Okay. I'll just say, okay.
Anyways.
But
okay.
Those would be my three picks for you. And then I would, like, as you got older, I would have...
for me?
Yeah.
What would you pick for me?
As you got older, I would probably have the guy from Karate Kid. The man from Karate Kid.
Ooh, Jackie Chan?
Miyagi.
Jackie Chan?
Yeah, as you got
You know Jackie Chan about shorter than you. How the hell I'm going to be Jackie Chan? That was about the most racist thing you could have ever said.
No, we're not talking
Jackie
about...
Chan, y'all.
I like him.
Jackie Chan, y'all. She said 5'5" Jackie Chan.
I'm not
Jackie
even...
got no mix at all. He looks straight Chinese.
I'm not even going by... See, that's the thing. Like, you said the same thing about me.
Okay, well then what about Jackie Chan other than...
Like,
if he doesn't look like me, what is...
I could see, like, how he's just very, like, nurturing and helping kids all the time. Like, helping people do stuff. Like, you are like that even with kids. That you don't realize that. But I can see you as you're getting older.
Why is Jackie Chan your image of a child helper? Okay, go ahead.
Because yes, you are. He is Asian, and you like people don't see. Okay, you know what? He is
so
ridiculous.
Damn racist.
No, that would if you were not
Stop Asian hate. Protect all Asians.
I think that you should.
Y'all. She said Jackie Chan.
If we go downstairs, we're gonna take a look and see how much you embrace that side, like your culture.
I embrace Asian culture 100%.
I know, like everywhere. So how would that be racist?
Because Jackie Chan is a 100% Chinese man from China. He's a Chinaman.
So
what
Will
the hell
Smith,
does that got to do with
Will
me?
Smith is black, 100% black.
I'm half black.
Okay, so
I'm not half Chinese at all. I have no connection to Chinese other than Koreans descended from Chinese. That's the connection.
Oh my God!
But he don't look nothing like me.
I can't tell him nothing.
Jackie
He don't
Chan,
like my water comment.
Y'all see how it is. Yeah, I'm water. I tell her that she's this awesome margarita, and she says I'm water.
Essential.
And then I tell her that she's this beautiful black queen.
Who you even know? Nobody even knows.
And I'm Jackie Chan. At least you look like the person I said.
No, I do not.
Yeah, you do.
Babe, we'll put up pictures. Like, you know,
take your hair out,
do.
like act like you hog tied and you tied up in the basement.
Babe,
I bet you look just
do.
like her. What?
We should do that. Like,
put that up here. That's gonna be the album cover for this one. Me and Jackie Chan and her and Burgundy Baker.
Yeah,
I think her name is Burgundy Baker.
Oh, okay.
Burgundy.
I
think something like that.
Name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be really funny. Let's do that.
Look, I ain't even playing with you.
Tit and tat. I mean,
I don't have
tit and
any.
tat. You don't have any? I have some.
Yeah. All right. I was about to close this out after that Jackie Chan comment.
And
I'm feeling
okay,
some kinda
this
way.
or that. Introvert or extrovert?
I am a 100% introvert. 100%.
Y'all sitting up here, do y'all believe that?
I am.
Extrovert.
I'm introverted, very much so.
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast, because you can eat breakfast any time
I
of the
agree.
day. I like pancakes with or sausage and grits and just yeah, that's just the greatest food ever. So
Yes. Music or TV?
now this is a hard one. I'd have to go with music because music carries me through more events in life than TV does. Like I have the gym, I have my car rides, I
agree.
have hikes, I have work, and TV is just very selective. So I got to go with music.
I agree. Dance or sing?
100% sing, man. If I had a talent, I can come back into this life with one talent. It would 100% being able to sing. Man, boy, God knew better than to give me. a voice.
Right, he knew better. You know what I'm going with. I'm gonna go with the dance.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the dance, and then last, Bobby Brown or Keith Sweat.
Did y'all see that? Did you see that versus challenge?
Did I watch that one?
Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat.
I don't think I saw that
Man,
one.
you know what? What's the sad thing is the first cassette tape I ever had, a cassette tape. If y'all don't know what cassette tapes are, there's these little plastic cartridges, and they have like this tape, and you wind them up, and you put them in a cassette player. My very first one was Bobby Brown. Don't Be Cruel album. I think that's the name of the album, Don't Be Cruel. But yeah, man, Bobby Brown was my man, but so disappointing. Nowadays, I had to go Keith Sweat because he held it down at the verses. Even though I grew up off Bobby Brown, but I grew up off Keith Sweat too. So.
Yeah,
But I think I was into Bobby Brown before Keith Sweat.
yeah,
But
I would agree.
two legends.
Definitely two legends.
Bobby Brown's
and
like
both have such great hits for sure.
But yeah, Bobby Brown just need to go sit down and just
Yeah,
chill and enjoy
I think I'ma go with
enjoy
Keith.
his money in his retirement.
So
You say you going with Keith? What's Keith Sweat? What's a good Keith Sweat song? Oh baby, baby, baby. Oh yes, I do.
sing, babe, sing,
I love you.
sing for the people.
In the night, I'm gonna take it real, real slow.
Oh, do you remember when Keith Sweat had the Does he still?
What?
He had the he did the radio station here, like the After Dark kind of.
I don't remember none of that.
Really? Yeah. Anyways, until next time.
What's up? We out. We about to go right now. We about to log off. We about to go eat. We about to go to sleep. We about to get real deep. We about to get real neat. We about to.